so goddamn fluffy today. Anyway. It is in the Yangtze. That out of frame. Try and be somewhat professional. Where is it? I have pretty much doubled my what do you call it? Backlog. Oops. Oops. Capture. I wish I had a more. It's obviously because of the lighting. It's not enough. Get a more. Jesus. Uh-oh. I thought there was an English translation. No. Fuck. Is there not? Oh no, hold on. Oh no, am I not gonna be able to play this? Wait, guides, hold on. English walkthrough. Okay. How do I... No, there is supposed to be... Go to... Language, English. Yeah, why isn't it? Customization. Community hub. How to change. Okay. When the game loads, select the second menu option. Select the fourth option. Okay. Okay. Lower that music, Jesus Christ. Okay. There we go. We're saved. That's fucking loud. Wear headphones for an enhanced game experience. Ooh.
How many times have you returned to this point? I have not counted. 3 years. You're here almost every single night. And as time goes by, your memory is beginning to fade. Don't stand in my way. No matter how long I linger here, no matter how deep the truth is hidden within the shadows, will find it.
I fuck with the music. Honestly, that could have been.
Then I guess you have no time to lose. The key to the case is that book.
What book? There's a book. Where's the book? I'm hooked. I'm sold. I'm sold.
我曾与死亡签契，
I inked a pact with death.
静候他的到来。
I waited his arrival patiently.
今夜，
Tonight, he
他
finally
终
knocked on
于
my door.
叩响了门扉。
Unexpected misfortune, Chapter 1. Open up! Going up these doors, we're breaking in.
叔叔，
Uncle!
哎呀，这可
What
如何
how
是
could
好
this
啊？
possibly be?
罗翁，大人，这杀人犯竟然在现场睡着了。
One moment. Lord, the matter is doing business in your car.
头好晕，
My head is spinning. I can't seem
思
to
绪
clear
一
my
点都不
mind.
清晰。杀人犯，这是在说我吗？
You be talking about me? Talking about me.
给我老实点
Stay still.
别动！
Quit moving. You murderer. Oh shit.
不是我，我是一名侦探，到此。
Give me it.
狡辩！你竟敢杀了罗翁！
I'm not a liar. I like the
马
old
捕头
style.
勿要激动，让他把话说完吧。验明正身还是必要的。
And we're gonna turn down.
在下沈仲平，是一名旅行侦探。
Chen Chongping, the traveling detective.
我和我的助手阿福，是昨天晚上才到这座小镇的，
My
为
assistant,
取一份旧案的线索。
my assistant Afu and I arrived in this town last night to obtain clues on an old case.
我们乘的船中途出故障了，折腾到深夜才靠岸。
Tap the left and right arrow keys or A and D to control.
没想到咱们这么晚才到，
还不是因为我们的天才发明家烧了发电机。
这是船长的错。我很早就提醒过他换零件了。
船长最大的错误，就是让你碰发电机。
Hold on, I'm seeing frame drops just because it's not. We're gonna lock it to 120.
咦？
Huh?
好像有个姐姐
Young
在
lady
哭
crying
啊
over there. Very astute.
姑娘，你还好吗？
Excuse me, mister, you alright? Oh. Nope.
诶，怎么跑了？
或许有难言之隐吧。
Delicate matter.
那我们继续赶路吧。话说回来，你要拜访的这位作家，真的跟那桩悬案有关？
我有预感，他会成为案子的突破口。往院子里走，就到目的地了。咱们一会儿见。
啊，我不一起吗？
你得找零件修船。
好吧，好吧，早点回来，我去找零件了。
谁呀？都这么晚
Who
了。
goes there? It's late.
在下沈仲平，与罗佩先生约好今日见面，
Okay, meeting Mr. Lowe.
途中遭遇风暴，耽误了行程，不敢失了先生的约，才冒昧深夜前来。
沈仲平，我们什么时候见过吗？
我们素未谋面，
Never met in
一直都是
person.
书信
We
来
always
往。
communicated through letters.
啊，哎，想起来了，
One moment.
沈先生，请进。
Position.
麻烦沈先生稍等一下，我得把手头的故事写完，怕断了思路。
没关系，我在一旁静候便是。
晚上天凉，想麻烦先生帮我关门，挂上门栓。
I like the animation. Too. A Western style mirror. It seems out of place compared with the other furniture in this room. A wardrobe slightly taller than a person. A lock hangs from the handles. There are piles of old books underneath the novelist's bed. They are all covered in dust, which means that he has not read them in quite a while. Nothing else.
门已关上，先生可以放心。我这次前来，确实是有要事。先生可曾听说过3年前发生在英国伦敦的
Cure case that happened in London 3 years ago.
案子的事情我们慢慢聊。
Take our time to talk about this case.
沈先生舟车劳顿，
Mr.
应该还
Depp
没有
traveling
吃
with
东
her.
西吧？
Sure you haven't had anything to eat yet.
这里有些本地
Rice
特色
cakes.
的炒糕，
Yeah.
就在我旁边的箱子上。
那就恭敬不如从命了。
It'd be rude of me to exactly.
盘子里摆着几块晶莹剔透的糕点，
Oh yeah, we hungry.
确实有些饿了，我就吃一块。不对，这糕里
Let me see.
事情就是这样，我吃下那块炒糕后就晕了过去。
你说，你是被人下药了才晕倒在房间中的吗？
Well, yes.
的确如此。
狡辩！即便被人下药了，凶手也只可能是你。
Okay, you are finding me hours after the murder very clearly. So, no.
本部手握铁证，是绝技不可能弄错的。
Oh, fuck you,
不知能否
Officer
请
Ma.
马捕头详细说一说，你手中的铁证是什么？
Yeah, what's your ironclad proof?
大胆，竟敢挑衅本部！
理越辩越明，知县大人也一定想听听你的分析，才能避免弄错，不是吗？
罗佩是本地名人，本官必要给乡民一个交代。马捕头就说说吧，人抓的我也安心点儿。
好，让你清楚自己是如何被抓的。禀章知县，原因很简单，直到我们发现尸体之前，这个房间都处于密闭的状态。
密闭状态。
屋内唯一的窗户装有木格，人是不可能进出的。屋门又是从内侧插上了门栓，若非本捕一脚踹断了门栓，我们都进不了屋。这意味着，凶手只可能是案发时还在屋内的人，
That's a good point.
也就是你。
怎么会这样？房间是密闭的，还是我自己挂上的门栓？
理是不是越辩越明了？还不认罪？
马捕头刚刚的分析还是很清晰的，我想应该不会弄错了。
Don't do this to me.
沈先生，除非你能出示一份能证明你自己无辜的决定性证据，否则本官就要下令将你羁押了。
我的双手都被绑着，该如何在这么短的时间里？沈正平，你要冷静下来。通过观察和推理，一切行为都会在现场留下痕迹。
Well, actually, I'm going to leave a trace on the scene.
我很清楚被害
I
人
am
不是我
absolutely
杀
sure that I did not murder the
有
victim.
人设了局来陷害
Someone's trying to frame me.
我，因此
So I will be able to find a
在现场
contradiction
遗留的痕迹
within
中
the，traces left behind.
一
in the
定能
scene.
找到所谓的
Ooh.
矛盾存在。
Ooh. That's cool.
在回答知县的问题前，我必须先仔细观察一下现场。
First. Several long continuous blood spatters on the floor. They are cast-off pattern bloodstains. There's an evident gap within the 3 longest bloodstains. How could this be? A gap in a bloodstain is most likely caused by... Gap in a bloodstain. Someone wiping it away. Crime scene has been tampered with. That's not right. There are no evident trails that indicate these bloodstains were wiped. There should be a better explanation. The disruption of the bloodstain is likely because something blocked the path of the splatter. The appearance of a gap shows that something that was once there has been moved. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. A short blade stained with blood. This should be the murder weapon found within my grasp and now seen as evidence against me. The blood on my sleeve most probably belongs to the deceased. It seems like there is also blood on my back as well. Quit moving, you punk! What are you trying at? Officer Ma, could I trouble you to help me take off my coat? Oi, how dare you order me around? I would like to take a look at the back to see if it is also stained with blood. Indeed, Mr. Shen, there are bloodstains on your back. It's gotta be Master Lo's blood. Well, how could I have been the murderer if I was not facing Master Lo? The victim died facing upwards with multiple wounds on his chest, clothes stained with blood. My hands and feet are tied, so I can't get any closer to see any other details of the corpse.
找到能自证清白的证据了吗？
这件证据就能证明我的清白。
Well, it's gonna be...
请问马捕头，一个背对死者的人，能够用刀杀人吗？
Person able to kill someone with a dagger while having his back towards them.
自然不能。
Of course not.
那么，
So,
这件血衣便能证明我的清白。
难道这血衣不是你的？
where do you get that logic from, dude?
是我的，正穿在我身上。
真是胡闹！
What kind of nonsense
你
is
手
this?
上持刀，
Dagger
衣
and
服
blood,
沾
you're still
血，
saying you
还
ain't
敢说自
guilty?
己无罪？
沈先生，这件血衣如何能证明你是无辜的？
请看衣服上血渍的位置，出现在背后，而不是胸前。
这又能说明什么呢？
说明死者的血溅出时，我是背对着他的。我既然背对死者，
What I facing the victim, I
自然
am
无法
unable
举
to
刀
raise a
扎他的
dagger to
胸
stab
膛。
his chest.
你定是在杀人的时候把衣服反过来穿了。
If I turned my clothes inside out, that still wouldn't have the blood show there.
这种鬼把戏，本部见得多了。
马捕头，请看这里，地上有2道走势连续的抛甩状血迹， 它们的中间有一个明显的断层。断层的出现，说明在那里原本有一个遮挡物。
难道有人破坏了现场？
那个遮挡物，应该就是我自己。我没猜错的话，我背上的血渍，应该能与地上的血迹拼合起来，这便能证明，案发时我已经晕倒在地上。而倒在地上的我，是没办法持刀捅人，并留下那样的血迹的。
有一定
Some truth? What do you mean by that?
因此，事实的真相是，凶手杀死罗佩后，把刀柄塞到我手中，借机嫁祸给我。
Dude, Judge Chang is pissing me off.
即便全身被绑，也能冷静地分析、还原现场情况。
I am
沈
quite
先
smart.
生令我刮目相看呐、看来你果然是个侦探。
大人过奖了，我的嫌疑终于洗清了吗？
屋内就你和罗翁，你不是凶手，难道罗翁是自杀不成？
若想知道真相，我需要全面地调查一下现场。但我手脚被绑，调查不便，不知张大人是否可以？
麻布头，要不我们给他松绑？
大人，关押他。
大人放心，在查清案子之前，我绝不离开这里。
你要是敢在我眼皮子底下耍花招，本部绝不轻饶。
Alright, we gotta solve. I am finally allowed to move around in this room. I need to investigate the crime scene as quick as possible. I can't miss a single detail. Throughout investigations, I will surely encounter many doubts. Should think carefully. I can see my reflection in the Western-style mirror. Will I be able to clear my name? Book box. The wooden box is filled with books that Lope published. Ghost in the Well, Bells and Bones, Mysterious Echo, Confined Room Mystery. Fortunately, this copy of the Confined Room Mystery is not the original manuscript. You like the Confined Room Mystery too? The reason why I came to visit Lope was to speak with him about this book. You got good taste. The death scenes in the Confined Room Mystery were absolutely stunning. Officer Ma, do you know where the inspiration of this book comes from? Ain't got a clue, but Master Lo was an extraordinary fella. Anything could have inspired him. But if we're talking about good storytelling, it's gotta be Swordsman Case. It's a real dang shame we'll never get to read the next volume. Oh shit. The Chinese word for detective appeared in the Song Dynasty at the latest. Originally used as a verb meaning to inspect and inquire, the word was later developed to also be used as a noun. For example, the arms mentioned in the memorandum for the reappraisal of matters in Ji Town written during the Ming Dynasty included detective, which is equivalent to scouts in modern times. By the end of the Qing Dynasty and the beginning of the Republic of China, with the emergence of large quantities of detective fiction, such as the detective world and the stories of Sherlock Holmes, the term detective had evolved to refer specifically to investigators working on a case. Oh my god, I love that. I can't believe Lord would allow you to join in on investigations. Stop threatening me. Don't even try to play any tricks. I'm watching your every move. Rest assured, officer, I will uncover the actual murderer. You better. Keep in mind, don't mess up the crime scene with your incompetence. Alright. In order to find out the truth, I would like Officer Ma to answer a few of my questions. Go on then, ask away. Officer Ma, were there any other people present when you arrived on scene? What happened? Why are you asking so much? Are you trying to say that I didn't protect the crime scene? Let me give you the facts. Everything is exactly the way it was when we arrived. No one's allowed to mess with the crime scene under my watch. You misunderstand me, Officer Ma. I just want to know what happenings occurred before I awoke. Hold on. I think people are leaving. Wait a second. Okay. When we got here, Lo Shi Wen was shaking the door, saying he smelled blood coming from inside. Who's Lo Shi Wen? It's not my assistant. I was worried about Master Lo, so I went up to the door and kicked it right open. Oh, Lo Shi Wen is that guy. After that, well, you know what happened after. Suppose no one could have come in or gone out during that period. Obviously, I've got a soldier standing guard outside the courtyard. We searched the entire premises, but we didn't find others, during which no one left either. Motherfucker, that's why the murderer is definitely you. Who else could it be, huh? I understand. Once I complete my investigations, I will explain everything to you. Go on then, ask away. Officer Ma, it seems you admired the victim. Well, of course, Master Lo is a great novelist. Everybody respects him. Does Lo Pei have any relatives? His wife died young and they had no children. He's got a good-for-nothing nephew, though. Over there, the one who won't quit sobbing. Okay. Ma, stop taking out your sword. Stop crying already, I'm sick of that awful noise. Oh, alright. Go on then, ask away. Questions for now? Judge Cheng, did you notice anything out of the ordinary when you arrived? Well, I was not aware of anything unusual. Though Shi Wen shook the door, Officer Ma kicked it open and we found you and Lo Pei covered in blood. I suppose no one suspicious was discovered during that process? Well, none at all. What kind of person was Lo Pei? Lo Pei gained great fame when his book Chamber of Doubts was serialized in the Shanghai News. As the first celebrity to come from this town in decades, naturally he was loved by all. This town was originally named Qingqi Town, to comply with popular will. We renamed it to Paro Town. Alright, I understand now. I do? This is Lo Pei's corpse. Should I commence an autopsy now? External autopsy. Press the screen and hold to use the magnifying glass. His mustache is crooked. Upon further inspection, there is glue on the underside. Mustache shape looks Western, not Han Chinese. Apparently, the deceased is wearing a fake mustache. There is white powder on the collar of the deceased. Feels like something made from glutinous rice. These are crumbs from the rice cake. It seems that Lo Pei had eaten a rice cake before he died. Why would you eat one after you see me fucking knock the fuck out after eating one? Lo Pei. His chest is stained with blood. Among the 3 evident stab wounds, 2 were fatal. The wound is small and deep. The shape of the wound is consistent with the blood-stained dagger. The locations of the 3 stab wounds are irregular and in different directions as well. 3 fatal stab wounds. Okay. A faint fragrance can be smelled from the hair of the deceased. The scent isn't from flowers, incense, or cologne. It seems to resemble a scent similar to camphor wood. I don't know what camphor wood is. There were no abnormalities found on the limbs of the deceased. No hesitation wounds or defense wounds are present on any part of his body. That is quite peculiar. Okay, so that could mean he knew the attacker. The deceased is in his undergarments and his coat is gone. I have searched the entire room for it, but it is nowhere to be found. This room is a locked room. How could the coat disappear into thin air? Death by stabbing, no defense wounds. I have completed investigations on the corpse. I need to reconsider relative clouds of doubt. There were several pieces of rice cakes on the plate, but now they are all gone. Lo Pei's desk is placed in front of the window. When I met him last night, he was bent over his desk, writing the entire time. Let me take a look at what he has on his desk. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Quit moving. I need to examine the desk and see if there are any clues. Who knows if there are any unpublished manuscripts on this? You can't just go snooping around and touching stuff. Officer Ma, I understand your concerns, but I merely wish to investigate. I'll be careful. You better be. I'll be keeping a close eye on you right here. A common white glazed candlestick. There's still half a stick of unburned candle on top. There is a book titled Tales of the Moon Colony. There are several magazines underneath it, all of which are illustrated fiction. A stack of newspapers, various issues of the Shanghai News, have all published Lo Pei's work. There is a pile of blank rice papers in the drawer with a paperweight placed on top. Next to the papers are 2 new pens, 3 candles, and a box of matches. There is also a small box. It is an ink cartridge made of tin holding a half-used ink block. There is a pile of blank rice papers in the drawer with a paperweight placed on top. A simple square-shaped inkstone. There are several plum blossoms engraved on one side. There is a layer of residual ink on the inkstone that is starting to harden into a gelled state. A stack of books on the table, including The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. A rack with 4 calligraphy brushes hanging on it. A piece of oil paper underneath the rack. The ink on one of the calligraphy brushes has not dried out yet. A frame on the window that would stop a person from climbing in or out. No traces of scaling. Okay. Trying to find any useful clues. Seems like something is missing from the table. uncle. Now that you're gone, I am truly alone. I am sorry for your loss. In order to uncover the truth, I need to ask you a few questions. You're the one who murdered him. There's no need for your crocodile tears. Someone murdered your uncle and framed me. I am sure you would like to find out the truth as much as I do. Sniffles. Go on and ask then. Please tell me about the events you encountered this morning. Every morning I come by Uncle's place to help him with jobs that he's too busy to deal with. There has to be someone to take care of mundane tasks like cleaning up and feeding the chickens. What do you do for a living? My uncle pays me. I also help him organize his manuscript sometimes. I understand. Please continue recounting what happened this morning. I came to visit Uncle, like usual, but I couldn't hear a sound from the room, which was strange. When I arrived, I saw Yangtze was already here. He said that he didn't see my uncle either. I knocked on the door for quite a while, but no one answered. I have a sensitive nose, so I kept sensing the smell of blood coming from inside the room. I felt like something was terribly wrong, so I told Yangtze to hurry and get someone. When we finally entered the room, I found that my uncle... And then my uncle had been murdered. Go on and ask then. Suspicious people. Within your uncle's interpersonal relationships, have you ever noticed someone suspicious? Aren't you the most suspicious person? Then let me pose this question differently. Did your uncle hold any grudges against anyone? My uncle was very friendly, but he held some kind of grudge against Yangtze, the errand runner. What kind of grudge? Yangtze attempted to steal coins from the table during a delivery, but my uncle caught him. Yangtze was seized by the government and got beaten for it, too. When did this occur? It was about half a month ago, so I'm sure he's still bitter about it. You suspect that Yangtze murdered him out of vengeance. After all, he's the one who delivers rice cakes to my uncle. Also, when I arrived here this morning, he was already here. I don't know how long he'd been. Now that I recall, he did have a sort of sneaky look on his face. It seems that it is necessary to talk about this issue with Yangtze. Go on and ask them. A wardrobe slightly taller than a person is locked. Try to pick the lock open. I give up. Only Apu was here. He's very skilled in things like this. A walnut bedside table. There are books and several old newspapers on top. Within the bedside table are undergarments and such. One of these newspapers carried the news of Lope publishing his novel. The photo on this newspaper, one on the left is Lope, and the one on the right seems to be the lady we saw last night. According to this, the young lady is Liu P. Chang, an editor who helped Lope publish his books. And she was crying. There are piles of old books underneath the novelist's bed. They are all covered in dust, which means that he has not read them in quite a while. Yeah, I already went through that. I didn't find any hesitation wounds on Lope. That is very unusual for a suicide case. There are no injuries caused by a fight or a fall. It is also quite unusual for a homicide case. Perhaps this can explain why there aren't any defense wounds present. The reason why there weren't any defense wounds was because Lope ate the rice cakes that contained knockout drugs, the same ones I ate. He was in a state of unconsciousness when he was murdered. There must have been another person in the room at that time. That person is the murderer. Who could it have been? How were they able to leave the locked room? He was murdered. He was I think the murderer left through the wardrobe. A simple and modest front door made of pine wood. The broken latch still hangs on the door, exposing the brown linen lines within. Officer Ma, did you say that you broke this door latch with your kick? When I got here, that Lo Shi Wen was shaking the door with all his might. What could that do when the door is locked from the inside? I got anxious, so I went up and bam! Kicked the door right open.
先生，可
Shen,
算等到你
I'm
了。
waiting for you.
我听说屋里发生了命案，
大人有令，凶案现场不许喧哗。
先生，你看起来脸色很差，不要紧吧？
我没事，不过在查明真相之前，怕是得滞留在这里了。
找到凶手了吗？最大嫌疑人是谁？
目前嫌疑最大的人是我。
原来凶手就是先生自己。
Apple, you are not helping.
我来帮忙。
哎，大人有令，闲杂人等不。
兵老爷，我可不是什么闲杂人等。
大人有令，要俺守住此门，反正你不得入内。
军爷，张大人让你守住院门，是为了拦住那些与查案无关的人，对吧？
这是不假。
若是与案子有关的人，理应让他进来，这样才……
兵老爷，沈先生不幸成为此案的嫌疑人，正殚精竭虑地调查真相，给自己洗清冤屈。而我是他的助手，那你说我是不是与查案有关？
俺明白了。
兵老爷果然是明白人。
你是帮凶，帮凶与查案也有关。你
Okay,
进来
Soldier
吧，
Chen.
接受调查，不能耽误了查案。
大致情况就是这样。这就是你对案子的评价？
哪里？我只是在感慨自己成为帮凶这件事。
能让你进来就不错了，赶紧帮我查现场。
好嘞。
Okie dokie. Hey Shen, what is this? These rice cakes are a local delicacy. I ate a piece last night. Why did you pause, Shen? How did you feel after you ate a piece last night? I did not feel much. I ate a piece last night and lost consciousness right after. Seeing your reaction, this bundle of rice cakes probably is not laced with knockout drugs. Mr. Official, when can I go? I still have some steamed buns to deliver this morning. A share? I would love some steamed buns. Excuse me, who may you be? My name is Yangtze. I run errands on the daily. I was the one who called the officials today. May I ask you about the case? Of course. Everyone around knows that I'm warm-hearted, considerate, helpful, friendly. Just tell me about what happened this morning. Master Lo loves rice cakes. Every morning, Master Lo will ask me to deliver a bundle. As I specialize in errand running, my service is 100% impeccable. Everyone around knows. Just tell me about what you saw when you arrived at Lo Pei's courtyard. Usually, Master Lo is already out of bed and exercising in the courtyard, waiting for me. This morning, when I came to deliver the rice cakes as usual, I didn't see Lo Pei anywhere. I thought he probably overslept, so I hollered for him, but there was no response. I saw the gates were open, so I went inside the courtyard and put the rice cakes on the table. Then somebody called out to me. It was Master Lo's nephew, Lo Shiwen. Ah, okay. He's cleared. So he went over to knock on the door, but there was still no response at all. Oh wait, no, this is this morning, not yesterday. Lo Shiwen smelled blood and asked me to call officials. I was so scared, so I ran all the way to the government office and got Officer Ma. Officer Ma and Lo Shiwen kicked open the door together while I waited outside. Ooh! So the murder happened this morning, when Lo Shiwen was here. It had to be Lo Shiwen. You mean to say that you never entered Lo Pei's house? After hearing someone died in there, my legs were scared stiff. How could I dare to go in? I was planning to leave, but a soldier came and blocked the gate, so I got stranded here. I understand now. Thank you. And is there anything else you want to ask? How much do you know about Lo Pei? Master Lo is a celebrity, and I'm just an errand runner. Since Officer Ma is familiar with Master Lo, why don't you go and ask Officer Ma about this? Oh, what do you mean by that? I caught sight of Master Lo and Officer Ma meeting in private several times, though. Are they close friends with one another? However, there was one time when they got into a fight and Officer Ma even unsheathed his blade. What were they arguing about? I didn't have the guts to eavesdrop. Officer Ma was already fuming. I need to confirm the dispute with Officer Ma. Is there anything else you want to ask? The rice cakes Lo Pei eats are delivered by you, is that correct? Sure, I deliver them every day. Everyone around knows that I do my job seriously. I passed out after eating a rice cake last night. Apparently it was laced with knockout drugs. What? It wasn't me. I didn't do that. Don't be ridiculous. I have nothing against Lo Pei and never even met you before. Why would I do that? Did the rice cakes you delivered to Lo Pei ever pass through the hands of someone else? Impossible. If something is handed to me, there's no way I'd give it to someone else. But I heard he loves rice cakes. He'd never turn them down. Maybe it was a gift from a reader. Do you know of anyone who gifted him rice cakes? Not a clue. How about you let me go and ask Mr. Cow? Everyone around knows that I'm... No, thank you. Is there anything else you want to ask? Grudge. Yangtze, I heard that you once had a grudge with Lo Pei. Is that true? No way. How could I ever have the guts to hold a grudge against Master Lo? Lo Pei noticed you're stealing his money and you were beaten at the court for it, am I wrong? That was a misunderstanding. How could that even count as a grudge? I saw silver coins on the floor, so I wanted to pick them up and return them to him. It's all in the past. If Mr. Shin hadn't reminded me, I would have forgotten about it already. It was only half a month ago. You're forgetting so soon. Could it be that you felt wronged by Lo Pei, then decided to kill him out of vengeance? That's a wrongful accusation. I don't even have the guts to kill a chicken, let alone a person. When you arrived on scene this morning, were there any other people around? No one, but Lo Shiwen arrived pretty much right after. And I've already told you everything about my morning in detail. Do you need me to repeat myself? Once more, please. Look, Shen, there are 2 free-range chickens here. There are 2 chickens. Do you think they are involved in this case? I heard that the free-range chickens in this area have delicious meat because they walk so much. Hesitation wounds, also known as tentative cuts, refer to a series of self-inflicted shallow cuts made by people considering a suicide attempt before the final cut that causes death. These non-lethal cuts may be due to psychological contradictions, trying out the weapon to test its sharpness, experiencing feelings of pain, etc. Defense wounds refer to the injuries inflicted upon the victim when resisting an attack from the assailant. There are generally 2 types of defense wounds. Incised wounds on the palms and finger joints, penetrating wounds on the palms and arms. Defense wounds don't appear in every homicide case, however. The presence of a defense wound, especially multiple defense wounds, must be key evidence of the murder. Tales of the Moon Colony can be rated as the ancestor of Chinese science fiction. Written by Wang Jiang Diaoshu, it was serialized in illustrated fiction between 1904 to 1905, with a total of 35 chapters and no ending. The subject of the novel is a peculiar balloon in which the main character travels across the sea in search of his wife and children, whilst encountering aliens from the moon. This novel combines the vernacular style of traditional novels with the essence of science fiction, creating a work of high artistic value in the late Qing dynasty. By the end of the Qing dynasty, under the influence and intervention of new ideas, Chinese people were increasingly eager to explore Western culture. During this time, novels easily became new favorites due to their accessibility and widespread publication, amongst which Western detective fiction, with its intricate plots and ingenious case designs, became the top choice for the majority of people. The stories of Sherlock Holmes was a big hit ever since it was first translated into Chinese and published in the Current Affairs newspaper in 1896. The more you know. Who goes there?
竟敢擅自闯进来！
The nerve breaking.
郑知县，马捕头，这位是阿福，是我的助手。
能让你查案已经是破例了，就弄来个什么助手，简直是得寸进尺。
阿福擅长痕迹比对和一些机关技巧，一定会对查案有帮助。
嘿嘿，那叫格致学。
马捕头，用人不疑嘛。既然已经让沈先生查案了，就按他的习惯来吧。
多谢知县大人。
哼，要是查不出真相，再加一条妨害公务之罪，治你二人。
You're all over the place. You're not messing with the crime scene, are you? Rest assured, Officer Ma, I'm a professional in that aspect. In order to find out the truth, I would like Officer Ma to answer a few of my questions. Officer Ma, I heard that you once had a dispute with Lope. Could you... The audacity. How dare you suspect me? I have yet to confirm a suspect now. I also believe that Officer Ma has nothing to hide. I bet you heard this rumor from Yangtze, didn't you? Master Lo enjoyed drinking with me and talking about my past cases, you know, for source material. Master Lo is always listening to me. He rarely talks about himself, so I got to ask him. Only then did I know how hard it was to write stuff and what he had to deal with from his fame. I was drunk and riled up, drawing out my sword to ask the gods why they'd make Master Lo suffer. He was born to put all of his talent to writing books. Yangtze saw us when he came to deliver something, but I didn't know he would do me dirty like that. Yeah, have a fight with Master Lo? Baloney! Go on then, ask away. After this sword's locked, do you think you can find a way to open it? No problem. This kind of bolt spring lock is a piece of cake. I will leave it to you then. What you doing, touching that wardrobe for, you punk? I thought I told you not to mess with the crime scene. Officer Ma, this wardrobe is one of the few remaining blind spots. If this leads to an error in the investigation, surely no one would want to see that outcome. Of course, due diligence is crucial to this case. You better be careful when you're opening that. Don't worry, Mr. Officer, I'm an expert on locks. Aha! I did it. Look, Shen, it looks like someone hid inside this wardrobe before. Partition board removed, clothes piled, enough space for one to hide. Could it be that the murderer once hid inside this wardrobe? There is no rush to jump to conclusions. Let us first examine the scene carefully. I'm like only 30 to 40 through my library, adding into that wheel of names as my backlog games, and I'm already at 220. What have you done? How do you have that many games, Iconics? Jesus Christ. Oh my god. You and Wookiee. Fucking compare your lists. They are all clean clothes. They are now piled up on one side. These clothes are compressed. The board couldn't compress clothes alone. Look, the partition board should have been laid horizontally on the wooden frames. True, the color on the sides of the wooden frame are old, yet the color on top seems new. It is very likely that this partition was removed recently. This seems quite odd. Shen, have you noticed something unusual? Look closely at the bottom of the wardrobe. The left side with clothes has collected dust. Yet the empty space to the right is unusually clean, as if it had just been wiped. Then it seems like someone cleaned this place. Shen, there's a strip of cloth here. This be a clue. Take it out for further examination. Alright. Shen, it's a bunched up strip of cloth. It was probably used as a ribbon to tie up quilts. The This ribbon is dirty in the middle. It seems to be smudged with dust. This quilt has traces of binding, so the ribbon most likely was removed from here. Why would someone remove the ribbon from a bundled quilt and stuff it inside the clothes? Indeed, it is quite peculiar. We need to record this situation. Shen, what is that black spot? A wood chip. All the clothes are clean. I guess a piece broke off from the partition board and landed there. No, the color and texture of this wood chip differs from that of the partition board. I'm knowledgeable in wood. Let me take a look. It really is different. Let me smell it as well. Sniff, sniff. Without a doubt, it's not the same material as the partition board. Explain your deduction. Camphor wood wardrobes can repel insects and leave a lasting fragrance on clothes stored within. However, this chip has no fragrance. It's brownish and hard. It seems more like pine wood. Why would a pine wood chip appear in a wardrobe made of camphor wood? Worth noting. We need to keep an eye out for objects made from pine wood in this house. Understood. Made from pine wood. Pine wood. There's our pine wood. According to the new criminal code of the Qing dynasty, the specific stipulations on the obstruction of official duties are: any person who commits atrocities or coercion when an official is performing their duties shall be sentenced to a set term of imprisonment within the 4th degree, serve detention or pay a fine of 300 yuan or less. The same applies to those who commit atrocities or coercion or use deception to influence officials to impose or remove certain sanctions or resign.
Huh?
Shen, why is this wood chip worth investigating? How is it connected to this case? Isn't it common for something dirty to stick onto clothes? The wood chip appears between two piles of clean clothes. Also, it is made of a different wood. That's the reason why I'm so interested. Its relevance to the case depends on where it came from. Perhaps the wood chip came from this place. I believe it came from the front door. Shen, this wood chip fell from the door latch. The material and texture is a perfect match with the door latch's fracture. Well done. This may just be the key to unlocking the truth. But very strange, how could a wood chip from the fracture of a door latch appear in a wardrobe? As the case gradually becomes clear, the answer will come to light. Nothing useful on the desk, however, I felt something was unusual about it. It seems like something is missing. What could it be? Officer Ma tried to make light of the situation during our discussion. However, my intuition tells me that his connection with Lope is not as simple as he depicts. This ribbon is dirty in the middle. It must have been used in some way to leave such a smudge. Shen, do you think the murderer took the ribbon to bind you or Lope? That's a reasonable guess, however. There are no rope marks present on both Lope and me. Oh, I see. And again, this ribbon, I can't help but feel like I have seen it before. Where was it? I remember now. When I arrived last night, I saw cloth strips hanging from the ceiling. Could it be that Lope was strangled to death before he was stabbed? No. Then there would be strangulation marks around the corpse's neck. When I questioned him about the quarrel, Yangtze seemed somewhat flustered. Furthermore, he had a chance to tamper with the rice cakes. Maybe Yangtze did kill him out of revenge. The fact that the code of the deceased is missing is particularly odd. Assuming Ma was honest, before they arrived on scene, the room was locked with no way in or out. Then, this code must definitely still be inside this room. I should talk with Lope's relative. I need to have more information on the code. I hung the door latch. Lope and I were the only ones inside until Officer Ma broke in. The only way to enter or exit the room is by going through the wooden front door. How did the murderer leave the scene without removing the door latch? Or perhaps the other way, how did the murderer latch the door from the outside? Your uncle's attire coat, deerstalker, and false mustache was quite unusual. The hat and the mustache were all characteristics of his novelist's identity. He purposely dressed himself up this way to become famous. So that ill-fitting strange coat was also one of his characteristics? Strange coat? You mean that western wind coat he wore all the time? Precisely, the wind coat made of silk. The tailor-made coat was one of my uncle's characteristics. He spent a lot to hire the best tailor and use the best fabric for the coat, but it turned out the fact that this wind coat is not present at the crime scene is what caught my attention. So you're saying that my uncle's coat disappeared into thin air? Perhaps the murderer took it with them. The way you said it, Mr. Shen, sounds as if it were plot from a novel. Go on and ask them. I mentioned this coat was tailor-made from Lope. It was one of the kind of... I am still missing something.
沈先生，你已经里里外外看了几遍了，
Oh, fuck.
也该跟张大人说说你的推理了吧？要是推不出来，也别浪费时间了，带上镣铐，乖乖跟本部回衙门吧。
推理？现在？先生，怎么办？我们还有很多疑团尚未解开。
院子里能调查的地方，我们都已经查过了。即便真相尚未完全明朗，也必须与张知县聊一聊了。张大人，我想我们可以聊一聊这个案子了。
既然如此，你说说看吧。
死者被发现的时候，这个房间处于密闭的状态，墙上的窗户不能进出，唯一的出入口是屋门。当屋门被再次打开时，屋内只有我和死者2人。
Could it be Judge Chang? No, could...
在这种情况下，
No, that's stupid.
所有人，
What am I thinking?
甚至包括我自己，都会本能地认为，凶手就是还在屋内的人，我。这一来，我们便都忽略了屋内藏有第3个人的可能。
哼，你倒说说看，这第3个人能藏身何处啊？
当然是衣柜了。衣柜里的种种痕迹都表明，不久前里面藏过人。
屋内还藏有一个人。沈先生，藏身于衣柜之中的人，便是凶手吗？
的确如。
先生是说，凶手先躲在柜子里，在你和罗佩都吃了潮膏晕倒之后，溜出来杀害罗佩，再嫁祸给你，对不对？
哦，
哦，
这就是事件的真相吗？
似乎与记忆中的情景产生了冲突。
Seems to conflict with the scenario in my memory.
哼，小子，你如此犹豫，编不下去了吧？
昨晚我到的时候，这个柜子就处于从外面锁住的状态。如果藏在里面的人是凶手，他是不能从柜子里出来杀人的。
哼，你倒是个明白人。
不过，这个柜子内的布局确实让人疑惑。
I know what happened.
如果藏身其中的不是凶手，会是谁呢？
昨晚到达罗佩家后，是我自己从屋内挂上了门栓。理论上，在那以后，就不太可能再有外人进入现场。床下堆满了书，衣柜上了锁，而且有近期藏人的痕迹。 那也是当时屋内唯一能藏人的地方了。血迹分析表明，案发时除了我和罗佩，还有第三人存在。如果昨晚藏于柜子中的人不是凶手，那就只可能是这个人了。藏在柜子里的人，就是罗世文。
你胡说！我藏在叔叔的衣柜里干什么？对呀，先生，罗世文为什么要藏在这个衣柜里呢？
这个，稍等一下，容我。
沈先生，
如果昨晚藏于柜子中的人不是凶手，
大人，这个人信口开河，胡言乱语，就是在拖延时间。依我看，还是先带回衙门，大刑伺候。
沈先生，本官对你已经相当宽容。本官
Oh. What am I missing?
如果昨晚藏于柜子中的人不是凶，藏在柜子里的人，
他为什么要藏在柜子里？
自然是想
本捕可不觉得杨二与罗翁
这个
先生，
没，这是推理过程中。
沈先生，
再胡言乱。
容我。
What am I getting?
如果昨晚藏于柜子中的人，
What? I'm holding space and it's not. Okay. Kang.
张知县。好的，刚才真是我。如果昨晚藏于柜子中，如果柜子藏的不是凶手的话，
Oh, I was misunderstanding. God damn it.
那就只能是罗佩了。
一派胡言！罗翁为什么要躲进自己家的衣柜里？躲猫猫吗？
那是仅存的可能性了。谢洛克曾说过，当你排除掉一切不可能之后，剩下的即使再离奇，也是事实真相。
沈先生，罗佩藏进柜子中的理由是？
不，他不是自己躲进柜子的，而是被人藏进去的。
先生，如果昨晚藏在柜子里的人是罗佩，那你见到的人又是谁？
是啊，你不是刚刚还说挂上门栓后，屋内只见到了罗佩一人吗？
我想。 昨天晚上我在这间屋子里见到的人，而是凶手。我昨晚到达罗佩家时，屋内灯火尚明。
Yep. Okay. What I deduced to myself, I am correct.
但我敲了很久的门，才有人回应。在开门之前，对方还特地确认我们是否见过面。
既然你昨夜见到的不是罗佩本人，早上见到尸体时又怎会认不出来？
昨夜见面时，他压低帽檐，戴假胡子，又有意背对着我。而那时，真正的罗佩，应该已经吃下带蒙汗药的糕点，被凶手挪进柜中了。
你刚说的这个嘛，倒确实能解释房间里存在第三个人。马捕头，你怎么看？
哼，都是些猜测罢了。你可有证据能证明藏在柜子里的人就是罗翁？
Gotta be.
“这是先生对尸体进行初步调查的结果，它能说明很多问题。
首先，罗佩的头发上能闻到轻微的樟木香味。
此话怎讲？
这个柜子是樟木所制，有香味，可驱虫。衣物
啊哈
放里面一段时间
Damn
会染
smart
上香味。
罗佩的衣服染香，头发却不该染香，除非……
罗佩在衣柜里待过，并且他的头是一直贴着柜板的。
你不要忘了，罗翁平时是戴帽子的，那也可能是帽子上的香味。
不，这顶帽子上没有香味，因为经常穿的外衣帽是不会被放进衣柜中的。
沈先生的分析确实有几分道理。本官很想知道，在死者的尸体上，
大人请看，死者领口有一些白色的糯米粉，那是潮膏的碎屑，说明他和我一样，吃下了带有蒙汗药的潮膏。死者被人连刺3刀而亡，身上却没有抵抗伤，也侧面证实了这一点。死者贴着假胡子，却有些不牢，明显是被人摘下来又贴回去的缘故。这些细节都印证了我刚刚的推论。昨天晚上，我见到的罗佩是凶手假扮的。
什么人胆敢假扮成罗翁？
沈先生这番分析有一定道理。不过，直到马捕头破门而入，屋子一直处于反锁的状态呀。
对呀，凶手是怎么做到在反锁门栓的情况下离开屋子的呢？大门是唯一的出口，而门栓只能从屋内插上。
二位请看，这便是破解门栓之谜的关键证据。
这是木茬？
对，关键就在这颗木茬上。
The wood chip which I found in the wardrobe.
这我就不懂了。拆柜板的时候掉落一些木茬在柜子里，不是挺正常的吗？
不，这不正常。首先，木茬并不是落在柜板上，而是出现在一堆洗净的衣服中间。更重要的是，柜子内的板材是防腐的樟木，而这颗木茬是松木材质。阿福仔细比较过它的材质和纹理，反而跟门栓断裂处是一致的。换句话说，这是门栓断裂时崩出的木茬。在马捕头破门而入时，衣柜明明上着锁，刚刚才被阿福打开。 这是极不正常的。
这可奇怪了，为什么木茶会出现在衣柜里？
是什么理由导致木茶出现在衣柜里？这不是最重要的，重要的是木茶进入衣柜的时间，以及这个时间所揭示的事实。
沈先生，不要卖关子了，快告诉本官，他揭示了什么事实？
很简单，木茶会出现在衣柜中，说明他从门栓上崩裂的时间，比衣柜上锁的时间要早。也就是说，门栓断的时候，衣柜的门还开着。
先生，我们所知的最近的衣柜门还开着的时间，
So was it Officer Ma then?
应该是在你醒来之前吧？
没错，
这不就说明
在马捕头踹开门之前，屋门上的门栓就已经断了。
Okay, no. Yes, that's what I was thinking.
换句话说，这根本不是什么密室。
不愧是先生啊！
Thanks, Afu. You're my homie.
我说呢，那个门怎么一脚就踹开了？当时还以为是房子的木头老化了。
凡有接触，必留痕迹。凶手自以为杀人嫁祸计划天衣无缝，却是百密一疏。而这颗小小的木茬，不仅暴露了他的诡计，更让我顺藤摸瓜，推出了他的真实身份。杀死罗佩的凶手就是。
It's gotta be she, man.
本案的凶手，正是你。
你胡说！我怎么可能杀死自己的亲叔叔呢？谢老爷，你得为我做主啊！
这个嘛，沈先生，你认为罗世文是本案凶手，有什么证据？这事儿可不能儿戏呀。
我们刚分析过，门栓不是在撞门时被弄断的，屋子呈现的所谓密闭状态，不过是凶手制造的假象。在整个过程中，他看似是在敲门，实则是确保门不会被其他人打开。直到马捕头出现并上前踹门，凶手在马捕头踹门的瞬间松手，这样就能先入为主，让大家相信屋门已反锁，进而误判整个案件。你们都被他的演技欺骗了。
好啊，你这白眼狼！
这不是我。
罗世文，我必须告诉你，你的手法只是一个自以为很巧妙的诡计。
Ooh, get dissed. Yay. Your tricks were clever. You're the only one that
因
believes
为
your
他有
tricks
一
were
个软
clever.
肋，足以致命。
什么软肋？
整个诡计想要成功，你必须保证屋门始终处在自己的掌控之中。我据此反推便能确定，罗世文，你就是凶手。
你胡说！
罗世文，事到如今，你还有什么想说的吗？
他血口喷人，人心险恶，恶意重伤，伤天害理。我也必须要说点什么了。沈先生，你编了一个故事，又讲了一堆歪理。可是，你看见它发生了吗？凭什么让我们相信你说的就是事实？依我看，你才是欺骗大家的那个人。
你的这些说法又有什么凭据？
Oh, dissed. Yeah. Cite your sources, Lo Shiwen.
很简单的道理，我根本没有动机做这些事。
他找得很准，留给我的调查时间太短了。
罗佩是我的亲叔叔呀，我怎么会想杀他呢？更关键的问题在于，你我之间，咱俩这是第一次见面吧？
没错，此前你我素不相识。
既然素不相识，我何苦要通过杀害亲叔叔来陷害你？既然素不相识，我当然不可能知道你昨天晚上会来访，又如何能设计陷阱来栽赃你？
我撞破你行凶，怕是个巧合。
巧合？你不是说一切都是我设计好的诡计吗？
沈先生，你们真的素不相识？
的确如此。
既然你俩不认识，罗世文确实没道理陷害你。
先生，情况对我们好像不太妙。
沈先生，你是不是弄错了呀？
不会的，我先生的推理从来没有错过。
推理，那只是你们的一面之词罢了。证据呢？你们有吗？仅凭那棵木茬吗？
这个嘛，罗世文说的也有一定道理。沈先生，有进一步的证据能证明你的主张吗？如果没有证据的话，你确实无法告发罗世文。
早就听说自诩侦探的人中，也有不少无耻之徒，今日算是遇到一个。
沈先生，你没证据，
目前还没有。
那就只能把你们都抓回去，大刑伺候。
可恶，
What？
都推理到这一步了。
先生，你再努力想想啊，是不是还漏掉了什么线索？你不是说过吗？你对你的记忆功能告发罗世文的证据，一定还……
凡有接触，必留痕迹。证据不是不存在，以本物之相。桌上到底缺少了什么东西呢？
The manuscript.
书桌上缺少的东西是罗佩的手稿。砚台上的素墨还没有完全凝结，毛笔上的墨也未干，说明昨晚有人在书桌前写过东西。可能是罗佩，也可能是假扮成罗佩的罗世文。不管是谁，现场都应该留下手写的书稿。那些书稿是什么时候被拿走的呢？这件事我应该有印象的。调查这张书桌的时候，总有一种微妙的异样感。那将是潜藏在我记忆中的关键线索。
No, it's there in Lo Shiwen's hand, is it not?
想起来了，初次行事，我曾见到过桌上摆着书稿。这是调查，说明书稿是我醒来之后被拿走的。有人在调查过程中藏匿了线索。是谁？为什么要这么做？可能性最大的，当然是凶手了。不过，也无法完全排除其他人藏匿线索的可能。其他的可能？
Oh, evil
其他
Shen.
的可能性出现的概率有多高？非常低。现场除凶手之外，没人有动力藏匿线索。我们对这些低概率事件的态度是暂不列入假设。我现在很忙，你可以走开吗？
对
我在帮你梳理案情呢，大侦探。假设凶手在调查过程中藏匿了书稿，这书稿里到底写了什么？作案动机、关键证据、死亡遗言，还可能性太多了。你更应该问的问题是：为什么白天冒着风险也要拿走的东西，当天晚上却没有拿走？
Let's see, why would something he risked taking away in broad daylight be left behind that night? It appeared after the crime?
难道书稿是在凶手离开现场后才出现的？不对，
No.
当时屋内的2个人，不要总是把问题复杂化。为什么白天冒着风险也要拿走的东西，当天晚上却没有拿走？
Forgot it?
虽然有些难以置信，但似乎凶手在离开现场时，再次进入现场后，他意识到，书稿可能会成为对自己不利的关键证据。本案是蓄谋杀人，诡计是事先计划好的，否则无法做到如此环环相扣。凶手又是个心思缜密的人，现场也是经他处理过的。什么样的事会被他遗忘呢？真的每件事情都在凶手的计划之中吗？是的，有件事，凶手确实无法计划。凶手计划之外的事情是
My arrival.
连罗世文自己都说，他不可能事先知道我会来访。但不管他是怎么说的，他事实上设计了一个密室，把案件嫁祸到了我身上。我成为这个杀人计划的一部分，这本身就是最不合理的地方。那如果你没有出现呢？显然，凶手还有另一个杀人计划，也是他原本的方案。
Probably to frame, because the rice cakes, it was to frame the errand boy.
凶手没料到我会中途到访，并坚持要见罗佩，打乱了原计划的执行。得知我与罗佩素未谋面后，他临时改变计划，假扮罗佩引我进屋。那么，凶手原本的计划是？会不会？ 罗世文曾物色了另一只替罪羊，应该不会。如果有另一只替罪羊，罗世文就不会让我进屋了。又或者，刚巧那个人因故没有到场，这种可能性太低。那么凶手原本的计划是
Falsify?
如果我没有出现，这间密室中就只剩下了罗佩的尸体。 很显然，凶手原本的计划是让罗佩在密室中杀死自己，他想伪造罗佩自杀。若原计划是伪造自杀，消失的书稿中就有可能藏有……我知道了，现场必然会有一份遗书。
沈先
This
生，
is fun.
你再
this is
磨磨
fun.
蹭蹭赖着不走，本捕可就要动粗了。
且慢，张知县，马捕头，我已经知晓凶手的全部诡计。我，沈仲平，定然还你们一个真相。
大人，不必再听他妖言惑众。
看你如此在意，本官反倒想再给沈先生一个机会。沈先生，请说吧。 虽然本官觉得你应该已经山穷水尽了，
我与罗世文素不相识，却能成为他密室杀人诡计中的核心一环，是因为 罗世文临时改变了计划，而他原本的计划是伪造罗佩在屋内自杀。
阿福，
原计划是伪造自杀吗？沈先生，你的这个说法可有凭据？
根据我的推理，凶手在离开现场时，不慎将一份伪造的遗书。
哦，还有这种事？
沈先生，都到这个时候了，还在信口雌黄呢。你要是有什么遗书，就拿出来给大家看啊。
若伪造遗书一事为真，本捕立马将罗世文拿下。
马捕头，我能问你一个问题吗？
你说吧。
我初醒来时，曾见到书桌上铺着一张纸，你可有印象？
你这一说，好像还真是。不过，又好像记不太清了。
马捕头曾反复强调，绝不允许任何人破坏现场。然而在调查时，凶手就是在您的眼皮子底下，偷偷将遗书藏起来了。我们一起再搜查一次房间，只要找到遗书。
沈先生，我劝你不要再拖延时间了。你编故事的能力，真是比我们这些写小说的都要强啊！
沈先生，今日本官已经听了很多的推理，你的分析虽然听着都挺有道理，但毕竟只是你的一面之词。本官断案，还是需要看到实打实的证据。
张大人明察秋毫。
你既然主张屋内有伪造的遗书，本官再给你最后一次机会指出，你说的遗书究竟藏在哪里？
He's holding it.
县老爷，其实1次机会和2次机会的差别也不大。
在最后给一次机会，这是沈先生刚刚自己说的话。
感谢张知县成全，1次机会够了。
哼，根本就没有这样的证据存在。
那么，就请沈先生指出吧。
先生，咱们只有1次机会，这可怎么办？
到了这个时候，遗书就藏在这个地方。
是，什么地方？
当然是藏在你身上。
你胡说！
我和马捕头曾分别搜索过屋子内外，没发现可疑的纸张。那封伪造的遗书，只可能还藏在你的身上。
张大人，沈仲平这是想在没有明确证据的情况下搜我的身吗？
You're holding it in your hand, you fucker.
我可是癸卯年的秀才，见官不跪。
这个嘛，
如果要我说的更清楚一些，那就是这里。
那种东西，怎么可能藏在我身上？
看
I
你的表
love the
情，
music.
桌上遗失的书稿，就是你手上一直握着的那卷书吧？伪造的遗书一定也藏在里面。
不是的。
马捕头，把那本书收缴上来检查一下吧。
罗世文，你给我站好了，别动，把手中的书交给本捕。
你别过来！
小子，不许识书！
Stop eating the books.
住手啊！
大人，你看，这里面还真夹着一张纸。
我曾与死亡签契，静候他的到来。今夜，他终于叩响了门扉。烦请侄儿世文处理我身后之事，一切从简即可。
You thought you could escape justice, Lo Shi Wen.
沈先生料事如神，还真是一张遗书。
罗世文，这忘恩负义的小兔崽子！吴翁对你也算关爱有加，你怎么对得起他？今天非要拿你这小子的脑瓜子磨豆！
你胡说！
Damn.
是他对不起我。
罗世文，这么说你是承认自己杀害罗佩了？
污蔑，不是我。
罗世文，无论你和罗佩之间有何恩怨，都不该动杀人之心。
沈先生，不知能否为本官梳理一下整个案子的来龙去脉？
秉正大人，罗世文最开始的计划，其实是迷晕罗佩，用衣柜中的内卷布袋杀害他，然后利用门栓诡计，制造他在密闭的房间内上吊自杀的假象。不料，在他行凶的过程中，
Yeah.
我突然到访，便坚持要见罗佩。
He's gonna hang him with that claw.
因此，他不得不改变计划，把先生嫁祸成凶手。
在我晕倒后，罗世文从柜子中将昏睡的罗佩抬出并杀害，又将凶器塞入我的手中，然后按原计划弄断门栓，伪造密室。却不知天网恢恢，疏而不漏。在现实中杀人，跟在小说中想象作案，又岂是一样的？死者胸口被刺后流了很多血，完成布置所花费的时间也比他预计的要长。他忙中出乱，留下了许多漏洞。
漏洞？有什么漏洞？
在弄断门栓时，他没注意到绷进袖口的木茬。他没有时间还原布袋，整理衣柜，只能将内卷布袋塞入其中，再将衣柜反锁。
不料，却把袖口的木茬留在了上锁的衣柜里。
最致命的，当然是他竟然忘了把遗书带走，只能在案发后再次进入现场时补救。为此，他拿走了桌上的书稿，想藏木于林，掩人耳目。我说的没错吧，罗世文？你就是杀害罗佩的凶手。
不，你们根本不懂，
None of you truly
那是
understand.
属于
It's
我
mine.
的
It
东西，
belongs to me. Oh, this
本
is
来就是我
mine.
的，通通都是我的。
No, it's not yours,
怎么会
buddy.
怎么会？我竟然
Oh, there he goes.
这小子居然直接晕了过去。
沈先生，此案峰回路转，你的表现令我印象深刻。
Thank
不
you.
仅在短时间内洗清了自己的冤屈，还帮我们找到了真凶。
了不起！
不过，本官尚有一丝疑虑。
大人，请讲。
我刚比较了遗书上的字迹与罗佩手稿上的字迹，两者颇为相近。罗世文尚未承认罪行，杀人的动机亦不清晰。若那遗书是真的，本案难免再生变数。
如果想要此案成为铁案，还需要找到更多的证据，对吧？
哦，对，不知沈先生有何高见？
罗世文假扮罗佩时，穿着他的风衣外套，那件外套从案发现场消失了，应该是在罗世文第一次离开现场时，被他带走了。他一定有不得不这么做的理由。
哦，什么理由？
我猜，罗世文是穿着那件外套行凶的。 外套上很可能沾有罗佩的
Yeah, the
血，
missing coat.
才不能被留在现场。还有带蒙汗药的朝高，也在布置完现场后被罗世文带走了。留给他处理的时间有限，这些东西还在某个地方藏着，也说不定。
这个嘛，马捕头，你怎么看呀？
如果发现罗世文藏匿了血衣，此案必然是铁案了。我这就派人搜索去。
这一来，剩下的就是程序性的事了。今天委屈沈先生了，咱们一同离开此地吧。
Yeah. Case solved. How many chapters are there?
案子破了，先生看起来也不是很开心。是因为还没搞清楚作案动机吗？这个不着急了，等罗世文醒来再去问问就是了。
阿福，你可还记得我来找罗佩的原因？
是为了查3年前英国伦敦先生哥哥的那起悬案。先生说过，罗佩的书稿似乎与那起案件有关。
那起案子，因为案发地点的特殊性，苏格兰场下令保密。接触过案件细节的人，连我在内，他也不超过5个。我无意中在沪报上看到一部连载的侦探小说，
就是罗佩写的那部《斗士一阵》吗？
是的。按理说，这个远在湖南乡镇里的侦探小说家，不应该与伦敦那桩案子有任何联系。但诡异的是，
先生，难道说
罗佩小说中的作案细节与那桩案子一模一样？
唉，罗佩这一死，线索又断了。
眼下
Okay.
仅存的希望是昏迷中的罗世文。也许他会知道些什么。
Okay, so we're trying to solve our own brother's murder. Lope had written a story that involved a murder exactly like the murder of our brother. Lope was our lead, but Lope is gone. Okay.
既然这样，不如先去吃个早点吧。先生，跟你说啊，刚我路过一家小吃摊，那里卖的臭豆腐闻起来特别香。
A few hours later.
还是外面空气好。先生，我们去吃糖油粑粑吧。
你不是刚跟张之相拍胸脯，说要帮他找血衣吗？
既然阿福兄弟愿意帮忙，寻获血衣必定指日可待。马捕头也不必安排衙役们去找了。
是。
是。
我这不是想找个理由出来转转吗？在衙门里干等了一上午，那罗世文还没醒，可把我闷坏了。
那待会儿知县问起来，你打算怎么交差？
这不还有先生吗？
我可没答应帮忙。
唉，瞬间没有心情找好吃的。
Son lost the mood to look for delicious food. Mood.
走不走？
要去哪儿？
罗世文家。他首次作案，经验不足，时间又紧，说不定会在家里留下线索。
嘿嘿，先生的思路就是清晰。
This is the courtroom. There'll be no admittance. A scholar who has passed the county-level imperial examination is known as a cultivated talent. Compared to the general public, they had certain privileges. 1. Cultivated talents were able to write a letter of request when they needed to report something to local authorities, whereas the general public could only write a petition. 2. When facing a magistrate, cultivated talents folded their hands in front and bowed as a courtesy instead of kneeling. Local authorities were not allowed to punish them at will. 3. The general public could not address the cultivated talents by their names and had to greet them as my lord. The front door of a cultivated talent's house was 3 inches taller than others. 4. Cultivated talents were exempted from partial taxes as well as statute labor. This is not the direction to Lo Shiwen's house. I guess we are going... Oh, there's a circle drawn on this paper. It seems to be a pass list of the candidate examination. Not sure why it's here, though. Wow, all these people on the list are scholars? Candidate examination is divided into county level, prefecture level, and academy level. This list is for the county level examination. But what, Shen? Nothing. The candidate examination, or Tongxi, is the primary level examination in the imperial examination system. It consists of 3 levels of examination: county, prefecture, and academy. After each examination, the examinee's number is announced in the form of a circle. The first examinee's number is raised by 1 character and located at the highest point of the circle's center. Other numbers are arranged counterclockwise. The center of the circle is written with a red character, which is a long vertical line and a short horizontal line, like the beginning of the character, which means auspicious. Shen, is this Lo Shiwen's house? That's correct. Sorry, Officer Maz issued an order that no one is allowed to enter. Soldier, do you remember us? We are the detectives who solved the Lo Pei case this morning. I remember you're the accomplice. Chen. Accomplice is not allowed to enter. Soldier, we were entrusted by Judge Chang to search for evidence. Please let us in. Alright, go in then. Lord has instructed if it's Detective Shen investigating the case, we should cooperate. Your words really work. Hold on, is there stuff though? That's where we were. Shen, look, this is Makino bamboo. After carbonization, this type of bamboo can be used to make excellent filaments for lamps. Shen, that green fish looks so beautiful. This type of fish is called Bangana dakara, and it is a unique species found in Hunan province. Wow, it does sound delicious. It would be great to have a fishing rod. Do you also want to eat fish, Shen? I just want to go fishing. Then let me make a fishing rod for you, Shen. No, let's investigate the case first. Seems like you went through some internal struggle. The door of Lo Pei's house is tightly locked. There are seals on the door. This is a dry well and there are many ants around the edge. It's quite hot. Not only is it hot, but it's also very stuffy. It's just the beginning of autumn. Why did he start to burn charcoal? Does Lo Shiwen have a weak body needing to cover himself with a quilt even in the hot summer? Hafu, do not make assumptions. Chen, let's finish the search as soon as possible and leave quickly. Chen, there's a newspaper on the ground. This is the report about Lo Pei, but the faces of both people in the photo were repeatedly punctured. This should be an act of venting anger. How much resentment must have been in Lo Shiwen's heart? A wooden bed. Judging from the color of the wood, it has been around for quite some years. Wow, isn't this a delivery food box from Cow's Snacks? This snack shop is quite famous locally. Let me see what delicious food is in the food box. Hafu, do not touch other people's belongings without permission. Anyway, Lo Shiwen won't be back. What a pity to let it go to waste. I'll take care of it instead. basket of steamed buns. They're all mine. Wait. Oh, hi. These buns have stayed here for 6 hours. Be careful, they might be spoiled. Who's getting the steamed buns? That was the other guy, the errand boy. Don't worry, Shen, it's not spoiled. These steamed buns are incredibly delicious. This wall is a bit strange. This blank space on the wall seems to be cleaner than the rest. Can you analyze the possible reasons for it? Removing. There used to be calligraphy or a painting hanging on it, but it was recently taken down. Exactly. I wonder what's in this cabinet. Let's open it and see. Lots of paper. Let's see what is written inside. 30 minutes later. The killer attacked someone with a rod, but it rebounded and knocked himself unconscious. So the victim turned into the killer, and the killer turned into the victim. Jen, it appears that all the crumpled papers in this cabinet are discarded novel manuscripts. Very likely indeed. I didn't expect that Lo Shiwen was actually writing novels. Jen, what do you think of his writing? His ideas are unique, but his writing techniques are not yet mature enough. Writing technique important, Shen? Certainly. If one only has ideas without proper techniques, it is hard to create a good story. Clearly, Lo Shiwen is not satisfied with his own writing either, having crumpled them into paper balls, yet not wanting to discard them. Indeed, Lo Shiwen's life seems rather awkward. It seems that someone is helping Lo Shiwen improve his writing techniques. These few sheets of paper all have notes written in a delicate and elegant handwriting. The Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes, The Adventure of the Navy Treaty, and A Case of Identity. Jen, are all of these detective novels? Translations of the Sherlock Holmes series written by Arthur Conan Doyle. Jen, don't you think the middle of the bookshelf feels particularly empty? Yes, judging from the imprints on the partition, there used to be some ceramic vessels in the middle of the bookshelf, but they are now gone. Yangtze, the translated name for Arthur Conan Doyle, the author of the stories of Sherlock Holmes. As one of the most significant authors in the history of detective fiction, Conan Doyle originally pursued a career in medicine. After graduating, he opened a private clinic, which unfortunately did not attract many patients. Instead, the novels he wrote in his spare time gained immense popularity. Besides the stories of Sherlock Holmes, he also wrote novels in genres including romance, science fiction, and historical fiction. Jen, there are some indentations on this paper that look like handwriting. I see. These are traces left by a fountain pen. Yes, someone used a fountain pen on the table to write something. But the paper with the written words has already been taken. Jen, who's depicted in this portrait? It's Moriarty, the criminal mastermind from the Sherlock Holmes series. Lo Shiwen hung the portrait of the criminal mastermind here so he could see him while writing. It seems like he admires him quite a bit. That's weird. No wonder he became a murderer. Mo Li Tai, the translated name for Professor James Moriarty, the famous villain in the stories of Sherlock Holmes. He was dubbed the Napoleon of crime, outwardly a university mathematics professor with a respectable reputation, but secretly the head of a global criminal organization, masterminding half of the crimes in London. The inspiration for this character is widely believed to have been drawn from Adam Worth, a notorious criminal of the 19th century. Chen, there are some pills in this bottle. Could they be a knockout drug? Let's take a look. Smoking cessation pills. Does this Lo Shiwen smoke opium too? That's highly possible. The wardrobe is locked. The padlock on top is similar to the one in Lo Pei's. Chen, should I try to pry it open? If I were Lo Shiwen, I would definitely hide the bloodstained coat in the wardrobe. Alright, it's up to you. Could skip. But that's fun. It's a little... Oh! There's the woman that was crying.
先生，这柜子里躺着一个女鬼啊！
是一具女尸，已经断气多时了。
昨天晚上，我们是不是
见过他。
and she's been strangled.
沈先生，我好像听到屋内有人叫。这，又有人死了。难道罗世文又？
君爷，不忙下结论，先容我们调查一下尸体。
Journal autopsy. Chen, this is the girl we encountered by the creek last night. I also saw her photo in the newspaper. According to that article, her name is Liu Pi Qiang, editor at the Golden Words Publishing House. She was a longtime partner of Lo Pei, and she was responsible for editing all of his books. How did Miss Liu die? We can only determine that after a thorough examination of the body. The deceased's face is noticeably bruised and swollen with a bluish-purple color, probably caused by strangulation of the neck and obstruction of blood flow. There's a deep red mark below the throat with localized discoloration and epidermal peeling. There seems to be symptoms of fractured laryngeal cartilage. This is a fatal injury. She was strangled to death. The strangulation mark is thick, long, no sign of finger pressure or crescent-shaped nail marks. It shows a weapon was used. The murderer may have used a rod-like object to strangle the victim. What is this? There are also 2 vertical marks evenly distributed on the surface. This needs to be documented separately. Got it. The weapon is a rod with 2 vertical marks. Liver mortis was found on the wrist of the body. Abrasions and contusions on the fingertips with minor subcutaneous bleeding. Fingernails and surrounding skin damaged, possibly from scratching or clawing. Common defensive wounds in strangulation cases, suggesting victim struggled before death. Alright, so there was a bite. Her jaw joint, neck muscles, upper limb muscles, and leg joints are all exhibiting rigor mortis. Rigor mortis has spread throughout the whole body, no signs of relaxation yet. Liver mortis is present at the ankles. There is stiffness present in the toe joints. Blood foam at the corner of her mouth. There's also white powder on the lips. The white powder looks somewhat familiar. Jen, let me take a look. Sniff. There's a smell of rice. Yes, it is crumbs from a rice cake. Could it be that this girl like you ate a rice cake with knockout drugs? It is possible. How are the results of the investigation? The girl in the wardrobe was strangled by a blunt weapon. The time of her death? Her body shows total rigor mortis with no signs of relaxation. The finger and toe joints are stiff. Preliminary assessment indicates that the victim was killed approximately 14 hours ago. But the time of death can be influenced by various factors. My judgment may not be precise. It will be advisable to have a coroner conduct further examinations for a more accurate analysis. It's good that she did not die during my shift. Oh my god, Chen. I wonder when you came on duty. Was there anyone else who rotated shifts with you? Afternoon, not long before I came on duty, Officer Ma assigned only me to guard. It's currently 2 p.m., which means that you arrived less than 2 hours ago. And it seems that you have limited information as well. Then what should I do next? It's a murder case. Go and report to Judge Chang right away. Chen, what should we do next? We need to reinvestigate this room from the perspective of a crime scene. Jian Chang literally means the one who is born first in Chinese, but has extended to become a respectful term for a knowledgeable person, regardless of gender. In the Book of Rituals, it is mentioned, when you meet a Jian Chang, you should not go beyond the road to engage in conversation with others, which refers to addressing as teacher as Jian Chang. Additionally, this term has been used to address male spouses, officials, accountants, Taoist priests, and others. In modern times, influenced by the English word Mr., Jian Chang has begun to be used as a term of respect for males. Interesting. Liver mortis refers to the visible purple-red bruises formed by the cessation of blood circulation and the accumulation of blood in the lower parts of the body after death. Time, pressure, and cause of death can all affect the shape and color of liver mortis. The livor mortis can be used to determine the time of death, the posture of death, and whether there have been any changes in the state of the body. Dude, I'm learning so much. Rigor mortis refers to the phenomenon of muscle rigidity and contracture after death. It usually begins to appear 1 to 3 hours after death and spreads from the masseter muscle to the entire body. The degree of rigor mortis can be used to determine the time of death, but factors such as external temperature and the physical condition of the deceased need to be considered. Joint stiffness refers to the gradual stiffening and contraction of muscles after an organism's death, resulting in the fixation of finger and toe joints, making them difficult to bend or flex freely. This condition typically indicates that death occurred at least 9 to 12 hours prior. Jen, it's really hot in this room. I'll extinguish the charcoal brazier. Jen, look, this is partially burned fabric, isn't it? This is silk. From its color and pattern, it looks the same type of fabric as Lo-Pei's lost coat. Could this be the bloodstained coat we've been looking for? Lo Shiwen was wearing that overcoat when he disguised himself as Lo-Pei. The fabric is quite distinctive, so I don't think I could mistakenly identify it. It seems that Lo Shiwen used the charcoal brazier to burn the evidence. There's a possibility of that. Although there remains only fragments. But these should be enough to report to Judge Chang. Chen, look here, I found crucial evidence. What evidence? Footprints. They must have been left by the murderer. How about you take this opportunity to review the method of footprint analysis? You mentioned a proportional relationship between height and barefoot length. Footprint size doesn't equal barefoot length. We should consider shoe type and features. By subtracting inner and outer differences and allowing for space, you can get the barefoot length. Lastly, multiply the length of the barefoot by 7. Then you can roughly estimate the height of the murderer. Remember well. I got it, there are 2 murderers. Their souls are respectively of wave pattern and swastika pattern. Why did you stop?
Huh?
I carved a swastika pattern soul for myself a few days ago. My shoe sole has a wave pattern. After all that, it turns out to be our own footprints. Finding clues is really difficult, isn't it? All contact leaves traces. This principle applies to detectives as well. When we focused on finding the murderer, we tended to ignore our presence at the scene. No, today I must regain my dignity. I'm going to investigate every footprint in the house. 30 minutes later. Oh boy. Oh. After searching the entire room, the only footprints I found were mine and yours. Aku, please record this in the case file.
Huh?
Oh, do you want to record this too? Sometimes the absence of evidence can be just as important as the presence of evidence. Chen, do you think the marks on the wall are related to this murder case? I cannot determine any direct connection at the moment, but it is also possible that there's an indirect connection. I'll also take a note of it. Good. There's a report about Lo-Pei in the newspaper. The face of both the people in the punctured. There should be an act of venting anger. By the way, how did you know that the steamed buns were delivered 6 hours ago? It was written on the note next to the box. The 21st, 7:45 a.m. at the end of the alley, Lowe's house. That's around 6 hours ago. You are really perceptive, Shen. If I had known something like this would happen, I definitely wouldn't have eaten those buns. How was the taste of the steamed buns at the crime scene? They were delicious, not spoiled at all. There are many detective novels on the bookshelf, including several translated versions of Sherlock Holmes. On the partition, there used to be some ceramic vessels in the middle of the book, and they are now gone. Yes, it's probably the editor helped him. Moriarty. Oh, the charcoal. Good idea. Perhaps we could apply charcoal to the paper, the indentations can be made visible. I did that in Skyrim. The words appear. Take a look and see what it says. Books were written by Lo Shiwen, inadequate, low-pay deceived us. Editor responsible. Final ultimatum. If not reported, extraordinary measures never tolerated. Any words do not come through clearly. It's fragmented and intermittent. The text is not complete. This should be the second half of the letter. It seems Lo Shiwen is accusing Lo Pei of plagiarizing his book. No need to in his mind. Oh. I see. It's understandable why Lo Shiwen would react that way when being accused. Lo Shiwen also mentioned that the editor had responsibility. Isn't Lo Pei's editor Liu Chang? Is this the reason why Lo Shiwen killed her? It is still difficult to make any conclusions now.
先生，
Chen, the
屋
house
子已
is...
经搜索的差不多了，咱们接下来怎么办？
吕先生是7个时辰前遇害的，命案发生的时间差不多在子夜，也就是我到罗佩家后不久。你我很可能是最后见到他的人。阿福，昨天晚上你在镇上，可曾注意到什么异常？
咱俩分开后，我就去找船长介绍的那位阿大哥了，然后在铁匠铺看他打了一晚上铁，终于把需要的零件做好了。跟命案有关的事，还真是没注意到。
那也正常。
It's normal too.
先
Damn.
生，咱们去问问镇上的人吧，说不定有目击证人呢。
虽然可以一试，但案件发生在深夜，有目击证人可能性很低。白天说不定更有希望成为突破口。
啊？白天？案件不是发生在晚上吗？
这么做的理由，是那盒包子告诉我的。
包子啊！
包子是盒出现在屋内，与现场的某条线索 存在明显的矛盾。
What does it... Oh, the marks on the floor.
难道是脚印？
没错，有人将包子拿到了屋内，却没有留下任何脚印，这显然是不正常的。
你是说有人清理了现场的脚印？
可能是送包子的人，也可能在他之后 还有其他人出入过。无论是谁，此人必定与案件有重大关联。
确实，否则他没有必要清理现场的脚印。
被清理掉的不只是脚印。屋内虽没发现打斗的痕迹，但死者身上是有抵抗伤的，那些痕迹说不定也被清理了。
凶器很可能也是被他带走的。
没错。
Or maybe she wasn't murdered
先生，
here.
我们快去找这个人吧。
Drag marks, maybe.
可以先去卖包子的那个高氏小吃看看。
顺道再买点好吃的。
吃倒是次要的啦。我想搞清楚吕先生昨晚经历了什么，他为什么会哭得那么伤心，又是怎么变成了今早这样？
吴大娘，这便是案发现场了。
这屋里可真热呀！
Oh yeah, she's
又
the
是你
corner.
们，你们在这里干什么？
当然是在调查现场了。
大胆！断案缉凶是衙门的职责，沈先生管得未免太宽了。
柜子中的尸体是我和阿福发现的，我自然是不会袖手旁观。
想袖手旁观也不行啊！ 谁知道马捕头会不会又把先生当成凶手？
若你们真的清清白白，本部岂能冤枉你们？
You did earlier.
闲话少说，赶紧
You
出去！
accused me earlier, you bitch.
本部和乌大娘要调查现场了。
Then please leave quickly. If Officer Moss sees you, he draws sword again. I have a few questions for you, soldier. I'll leave after asking. Okay, go ahead. Have you seen anyone suspicious, soldier? Everything is normal except what? Old Chow, he was wandering around early in the morning. Is it an old man dressed as a scholar? Yes, he's an old scholar. Let's go and ask him. Okay, go ahead. Is the seal on the door pasted by you? Yes, it's me. Can you remember the exact time when you put on the seals? I arrived at noon and first went to post the notice on the wall. I stayed for 15 minutes. Then I came here to put on the seals and stand guard. Soldier, do you know anything about Lo Shiwen? Lo Shiwen is a lazybone. He is ungrateful and vicious. No wonder everyone disliked him. Ungrateful and vicious. Had Lo Pei treated Lo Shiwen well? Lo Shiwen doesn't work, usually. Lo Pei provides him with food and clothes and a place to live in. Did Lo Pei do this because his articles were actually written by Lo Shiwen? Lo Pei is a great writer. He's the pride of our Paro town. Even children don't bother to read what Lo Shiwen writes. Okay, go ahead. Question. Okay, I can't talk to him. Well, let's go through it.
Huh?
Did the crumbs on her mouth suggest that she had also eaten the rice cake? In theory, that's correct. Seems the methods in both cases are similar. First, incapacitation, then the killing. Her hands show clear signs of defensive wounds, indicating she struggled before death. This is different from Lo Pei's situation. Wait, does that mean she didn't actually eat the rice cake? Or the rice cake she ate didn't contain any knockout drip? Or she was strangled after regaining consciousness? Both possibilities are plausible. At least the victim was not strangled while in a state of unconsciousness. The role of the rice cake in this case needs further investigation. Shen, how should we locate the person who cleaned up the scene? Let's visit the town and inquire. There might be valuable information. The buns were delivered to Lo Shiwen's at 7:45 a.m. And soldier arrived to guard the door 2 hours before, which is at noon. The suspect must have entered and left the house during this time period. During the daytime, there's also a higher probability of witnesses. Shen, these vertical marks look like some sort of decorative pattern on a rod. What kind of rod would have such vertical marks on it? I can't think of anything right now either. During the investigation, we need to pay special attention. Shen, did you notice a peculiar symbol at the signature of the letter? Yes, I noticed it too. For now, we are still not sure what it represents. We need to find more clues. Shen, during our inquiries in the town, is it necessary for us to focus on understanding Miss Liu's interpersonal relationships as well? You're right, that is a good starting point. Golden Words Publishing House is in Yangtze, and Miss Liu doesn't seem to be a local person either. Our interpersonal relationships here should be relatively simple. There is a chance to find someone with a motive for murder. Could Shiwen have been jealous of Lo Pei's perhaps there's a more romantic relationship happening? Sure. Alas, my heart is burdened with sorrow and worry. Have you seen any suspicious individuals around here? I lament that my heart's desire remained unfulfilled. I have no words to express my sorrow. Okay. Shen, it seems like I didn't quite understand. Sir said he is troubled by something and he's not in the mood to talk until he solves it. What has been troubling you? I am sad and worried, as if a thorn is stuck in my throat. I look up the roof and sigh, alas.
Huh?
Looking up at the roof and sighing. Is your trouble related to the eaves? It's my admission ticket on the thatched eaves. Wind bullies me because I seem old and weak. Yeah, I see it. What the old scholar meant to say is the wind swept his admission ticket onto the roof. You learn fast. Oh, Shen, it seems that you have started talking in his way. Just a joke. Sir, we will find a way to help you get your admission ticket back. After that, could you please tell us what you have seen in the vicinity? I'll repay you for your great kindness. I think there's a ladder here, but it's already damaged. If only I brought my invention, the robot hand, I could easily grab things within reach. Long-distance water cannot quench immediate thirst, my brilliant inventor. Well, it is more practical to repair the ladder. The ladder is missing a crossbeam. We need to find suitable materials to replace it. Bamboo? Shen, bamboo can be used to repair the ladder. Uncle, we are detectives helping investigate cases. Can you cut off a section of a bamboo for us? We can use it as the beam of the ladder. As beam? The ladder's beam. Oh, okay, alright. I heard Master Lo was murdered by his nephew. You also heard about this. What a terrible thing. Lo Shiwen was incredibly lazy, loafing around all day and relied solely on his uncle. It's unbelievable that he would kill his own uncle. It's a shame that someone as talented as Master Lo had come to such a tragic end. Here you go, a section of bamboo long enough to be used for beam. Thank you. It's a beam! I can handle that. Huh. It's done. Seems that the payment represented the admission ticket. You already knew it, Shen. The 4 books annotations. It looks like the cover of a book. It is a book, but perhaps not a very good one. It is a cheating tool. How should we explain this to the old scholar? I have searched around on the roof, but there's only this piece of paper. Show it to him first. Is this what you wanted? Please take a closer look. This is the fort. Oh, it indeed belongs to me. Thank you, gentlemen. You're welcome. Just help us with our investigation. Go ahead, go ahead. A dead body was found at Lowe's house. Did you see anyone suspicious in or out this morning? This is a big matter indeed. I've got it. If it's a murder case, that man seems highly suspicious. The old scholar is a witness. That's great. Please provide more details about him. He has a snake's head and rat's eyes, holding a weapon and carrying a box. He must be the murderer. I dare not speak without certainty, but I know that this object resembles an iron club. Resembling an iron club, then it is indeed possible to be the murder weapon. You two apprehend the murderer successfully. I will go to the court to identify him. All right. Since it is finished, young man, could you help me take a look at the list?
Huh?
See the list? Sir, are you mistaken? This is not an admission ticket, but the cover of the 4 books annotations. What? What? It's not my admission ticket. Last my admission must have been left at home. The old scholar may have poor eyesight, but he walks quite steadily and fast. An admission ticket is used in ancient imperial examinations. It contains information such as the candidate's name and seat number. When candidates submit their exam papers, they must peel off the admission ticket to keep for comparison when the results are announced. The admission ticket often includes additional information such as the candidate's height, facial features, and birthmarks, which facilitate the examiners in verifying the candidate's identity through visual characteristics. This book is a unique cheating tool for the imperial examination in the Qing dynasty, which was only 1/14 the size of a traditional bound book. However, it contained the complete text of the Great Learning, the Doctrine of the Mean, and the Analects of Confucius, as well as detailed annotations by prominent scholars from the Song dynasty. The characters were extremely small, resembling the size of a mosquito's head, yet the strokes were remarkably clear. It has been recognized by the Guinness World Records as the ancient book with the smallest size and text among over 100,000 kinds of ancient books existing in China. Ammo pen. Young lad, this is incredible. A ray of enlightenment is bursting from your eyes. You are truly a natural genius in reasoning. Did I really have such remarkable talent all along? Indeed, I, Hugh Lao Kai, have never misjudged anyone's abilities. If we could unlock the reasoning pathway in your mind, imagine the heights you could reach. How can I unlock the pathway to reasoning? You're lucky that I just opened my stall today and you happen to come by. Read 10 detective novels from my stall and you'll become the reincarnated Master Lo too. Mr. Hugh, we are investigating the murder of Lo at Lo Shiwen's house. May I ask you some questions? Sure, go ahead. Mr. Hugh, you haven't told me how to unlock my pathway to reasoning yet. I selected a set of books for you. Once you finish them, you'll become a master of reasoning. You can start with these detective novels. Once you have gained some experience, you can start reading Sherlock Holmes. Save Master Lo's books for later, as they are more advanced and require deeper understanding. Remember, it's not enough to just read once. You must read attentively, closely, and repeatedly. As long as I read all of them, will I become a detective as skilled as Shen? Of course, I, Hugh Lao Kai, never lie. Would I sell books outside the court if I lied? Soldiers from the court often buy books from me. Each of them has a copy of Master Lo's book. Especially Officer Ma. He buys at least 10 copies whenever Master Lo releases a new book. Weird. Otherwise, could he become the sergeant? Sure, go ahead. Do you know Liu P. Chang? Are you referring to Miss Liu, the editor of Golden Words Publishing House? Mr. Lowe's achievements today are largely due to Miss Liu's insight. I still have her business card. Did Miss Liu know many people in the town? Has she ever had confidence in anyone? Not sure about that. After all, I'm just a bookseller. How much do you know about Liu Xuan? That ungrateful brat is truly the biggest mistake in Master Lowe's life. Master Lowe just spoiled him too much, that's why. What do you mean by that? He's completely dependent on Master Lowe for his livelihood, yet he spoke evil of Master Lowe. It seems like he feels Master Lowe owes him something. Is it because he thought that Master Lowe's works were written by him? Just a few days ago, he even claimed that Master Lowe would put his name on the novel. He doesn't deserve it. What was Master Lowe's reaction to this? So simply smiled it off. Is it possible Liu Xuan was telling the truth? Young lad, you have no idea what he could write. Once he bragged near my bookstall, I couldn't stand it, so I let him write something. He struggled to write even a few words for a long time and eventually went into a fit. Sure, go. Okay. So maybe Liu Xuan was good at storytelling, but he didn't know how to, like, actually write. Whereas Liu Pei knew how to write, but he wasn't the one coming up with the ideas. Oh, really? Chang Ta, this is the detective Mr. Shen that I mentioned. Shen, this is the blacksmith Chang Ta. He is highly skilled in ironwork. I would appreciate your help with the boat repair parts. You're welcome. Chang Ta, we are looking into the murder case at Lowe's house. Could we ask you some questions? Go ahead. I wonder if you've seen a rod with such vertical stripes, Chang Ta. Rod? Not a clue. Vertical stripes looks familiar. Please tell us right now, what is this pattern? I've definitely seen them before. Can't remember right now. Well, Chang Ta, last night when you were making the parts for me, I came across a small booklet. The booklet had many illustrations of various weapons. Ironwork manual. Take it. Thank you, Chang Ta. Chen, the recent orders and blueprints of the blacksmith are all in here. It also has the customer's information. And Chang Ta, the blacksmith, right. I heard from Chang Ta he came from a rich family and even attended a private school for a few years. Later, his father smoked opium. He couldn't afford schooling and learned from a blacksmith. Let's see what's inside. The old bamboo dealer requested to reinforce the handle of the bamboo cutting knife. Judge Chang planned to gift an oxtail sword. Okay. And he wanted to order a sharp, short dagger for self-defense. Modified his arm guards from Chang Ta. There's adding vertical strap. Officer Ma choked her. You know anything about Liu Xuan? An eccentric and unpredictable person. Seems Liu Xuan has a really bad reputation in town. Even Chang Ta doesn't like him. I wonder why everyone dislikes him. He always claims that Liu Pei's books were written by him. Bored by his words. Go ahead. You know Liu Picheng? No, I don't. Oh, okay. Simple as that, then. One moment. There's a bamboo cutter standing in the corner, and on its handle are tied 2 iron hoops. That doesn't... Murder weapon is a rod with 2 vertical stripes. Could it be the handle of the bamboo cutter? Let me compare them to see. No. Not a match. spacing. I think the handle's also not enough. Jen, this is Cow Snacks. I can already smell the delightful aroma coming from the steamer. Let's go and have a chat. What would you like to order? Buns, cake, fried twists and noodle, wonton, tofu, curd, no taste, no penny. No tasty, no penny. We're detectives investigating the murder case of Lowe's house. May I ask you some questions? Feel free to ask, I'll definitely. Steamed buns. Your steamed buns are so delicious. They're a secret technique. Good steamed buns must be made with meat in good condition. Did Lo Shiwen often come here to buy steamed buns? Lo Shiwen is our regular customer. Usually he prepaid for 5 days worth of steamed buns. We deliver them to him every morning. Were the steamed buns delivered to his house this morning different from those on the other days? No difference, they were all freshly made. But I heard that he has been arrested, so should we still deliver them tomorrow? This is indeed a big problem. How about this? You deliver them to the court instead. Can you manage both business at the stall and food deliveries at the same time? Yang the errand runner, takes care of all the delivery orders. Where is Yang now? He's delivering rice noodles to those soldiers. See, thank you, Mr. Cow. You know Lo Shiwen? You know his uncle Lo Pei is a renowned writer, right? Our town, Paraton, was renewed because of him. Business in our small shops has been booming due to the influx of readers attracted. Please tell us what you know about Lo. Alas, Master Lo is highly esteemed, but never expect to end up with such an incompetent nephew. Lo Shiwen, a scholar, has passed the imperial examination. After the exam system was abolished, Lo Shiwen turned to opium in despair and lost everything. If it weren't for Master Lo taking him in and helping him quit smoking, I'm afraid he would... Opium is really evil. Lo Shiwen quit opium later, so I hear, but he still needs to take opium cessation drugs daily. Those drugs were also purchased for him by Lo Pei. Having such a good uncle was truly a blessing. Of course, he's very ungrateful. Bi Chang? Oh, you were referring to Miss Liu? That's right, it's her. Master Lo accompanied her to my stall several times to buy rice cakes. I have also seen her and Master Lo taking a photo together right at the entrance of that alley. How is Mrs. Liu's relationship with others? She should only have one acquaintance in the town, Master Lo. Has Miss Liu had any conflicts with anyone? I know nothing about that. Cow, can you try to recall anything more? Why don't you go and ask my son? Where your son is now? At this time, he should be playing by the creek. My son's name is Kiao Tian, wearing yellow clothes. Go try and find him. Chen, let's try and go to the creek to search for clues. Ah, fool, what's wrong? I suddenly remembered the business card I saw earlier. The seal on it looks somewhat familiar to me. Then that ends. On the blacksmith manual? No.
Huh?
Chen, where's the similar shape? I didn't see it at all. Please allow me a moment to think. Is it here? Ah, so it was the letter. Yes, the outline of the seal matches perfectly with the symbol at the end of the letter. Yes, that means the same symbol as the imprint left by the seal on the back of the paper. Exactly. Chen, if the person who wrote the letter is Miss Liu, wouldn't the whole situation be reversed? Very likely indeed. Inadequate, and the letter doesn't refer to Lo Shiwen, but Lo Pei. That at her responsible action means Miss Liu felt sorry for her fault. It means Miss Liu wrote the letter to the publishing house seeking justice for Lo Shiwen. Not only that, but there are also annotations in a delicate handwriting on many of the discarded manuscripts. The handwriting in the annotations is the same as the handwriting in the letter. The person who was revising Lo Shiwen's manuscripts was Miss Liu after all. Oh my, why is this child by Tian Tian? Hey little one, may I skip your Tian Tian? Yes, you know me? We are detectives and we are catching bad guys. Would you like to help us? I love detectives the most. I also want to be a detective when I grow up. I ask you a few questions. Will you answer them seriously? Yes. Do you know a lady with short hair, a round face, and glasses? Yes, I do. That's Sister Liu, and she's not a bad person. Sister Liu was bullied by bad people. Have you seen anyone who bullies her? Mr. Lowe is the bad person. He insulted Sister Liu and he pushed her right here in this courtyard. When did it happen? Last night? The day before yesterday. Did you hear what they were arguing about? Let me think. Sister Liu was talking about something like Koao. Koao? Jen, do you know what Koao is? Tian, are you sure Sister Liu said that? Co-author? Yes, Sister Liu did say that, and I heard it clearly. Then Mr. Liu got angry. Very, very angry. Then he pushed Sister Liu. Then Mr. Liu is a bad person. Go and catch him now. Well, Tian, once the truth is found out, we will make sure the bad guys are punished. That's great! Then I'll go and continue playing. Jen, what exactly does Koa mean that Tian mentioned? I'm not sure at the moment either. Regardless of what it means, if there was a heated argument between Lope and Miss Liu, Lope may indeed have a motive to commit murder in that case. Is it possible that Lope is the one who killed Miss Liu? No, that's not right. When Miss Liu was killed, Lope had already been murdered. Could it be possible that Lo Shiwen disguised himself as Lope, who had an argument with Miss Liu? Lo Shiwen deceived me because I've never seen Lope before. It's hard to say whether he could deceive Liu Piqiang or not. I have another question to ask you. What question? If ants are moving, does that mean it's going to rain? If it is going to rain, I need to tell my daddy to close his stall in advance. Ants are starting to change their humidity, but weather doesn't seem like it's going to rain. Vincent, you got it wrong. You see the white crumbs on the backs of the ants? Those are the food they are carrying. There's food inside the dry well. The white crumbs. Afu, it's possible there's something in the well. The rice cakes? Rice cake. Jen, I'll go down the well to have a look. Can you go down? The width is just right for me, but if I were any bigger, I probably wouldn't be able to get in. Let's first go find a rope and then go down the well. The bottom of the well is deep and the opening is narrow. Be cautious. There was a discarded rake head in the well, and the belt was hooked onto it. The rice cakes are all smashed. It took me a while to pick them up. This belt was the one on Lope's coat. I saw it last night. The belt also has bloodstains on it. Now we can report to Judge Chang. We only found fragments of the cone of the brazier. Now we have new evidence. Why didn't Lo Shiwen dispose of the belt and the coat together? Think about it later. I just made another discovery. Jen, look at this. There is a thin red and yellow thread in the brick crevices of the wall. This thin thread is relatively clean and brightly colored, as if not exposed to the sun and rain. It must have been stuck here recently. And I will also keep it.
先生，有人在
Someone's banging on the drum.
声音似乎是从
Sounds
衙门
from
传，
the report.
我们过去看看吧。
The hall drum, a drum placed at the entrance of county government offices in ancient times, often painted red with white skins, served three purposes. First, if the common people had grievances, they could state their complaints by beating the drum. Second, the county official would beat the drum to gather the crowd and assemble the staff when entering the court. Third, the drum was beaten to announce the county magistrate's return from official duties outside, serving as a reminder for subordinates to report their work in a timely manner. Only in cases of a significant or urgent matters could the common people beat the hall drum. Frivolously causing a disturbance over trivial issues not only resulted in the refusal of the case, but also led to physical punishment. Charred fragments of a coat were found in Lo Shiwen's charcoal brazier. The fabric of the coat is distinctive, so I shouldn't be mistaken. Why didn't Lo Shiwen burn the entire piece of clothes? Why didn't he throw the belts into the dry well?
沈先生，俺正找你们呢。知县大人让去衙门一趟。
发生什么了？
有人来敲了堂鼓，说是见到了凶手。
真的吗？报案人是谁呀？
俺不知道，俺只负责喊人。
既然这样，一起去看看情况。
既然沈先生也到了，那就升堂吧。
Solemn silence。
传击鼓者入堂。
The old man。
老先生，你姓甚名谁？为何击鼓呀？
禀大人，老朽姓周，单名一个进字。吾听闻罗家发生了命案，想起曾目睹凶手犯案，特来衙门指认。
哦，你当真亲眼看到凶手了？
诚然如此。
那就把你知道的一五一十的讲来。
是。
Testimony of the old scholar
今
witness。
日乃是放榜之日，吾一早便去那榜墙附近等候。
放榜之日？
对啊，今日是同生市的放榜日啊。
你既是去看榜的，又怎会目击到发生在罗家的凶案？
禀大人，罗家距榜墙不远。
哦，继续说吧。
吾为活动筋骨，四处走动，俄尔便见到一人走出罗家。此人行色匆匆，竟忘了锁门。吾好奇望去，却瞥见一人沉尸屋内，奇形怪异，奇状可怖啊！吾心中害怕，不敢再看，亦不敢多言，直到大人们问起。此后，吾仍在附近，直到放榜，再未见任何人出入。
走出罗家的这个人是谁？你可还记得？
吾记得此人獐头鼠目，不像好人。
Judgy。
你
Damn。
过来辨认一下，这是你见到的人吗？
就是此人，就是此人。
哼，看到那个食盒我就猜是杨二。这小子有偷盗前科，还偷过罗翁的东西，把他提前扣住，果然没错。
大人，小人真是冤枉啊！十里八乡谁不知道小人最为骨头热肠，助人为乐，侠肝义胆。我怎么会杀人呢？
这贼人还敢嘴硬！来人，大刑伺候！
且慢，仅凭周老先生的证言，无法认定杨二是凶手。
Yeah, I don't think Young Air is the murderer.
又是你！周老爷子亲眼所见，还能有假？
周老先生肯仗义直言，十分难得。不过，他证言中的部分描述，与现场情况似有出入。
不知沈先生有何高见呢？
张大人，我希望对周老先生进行质询。
这个何为质询呢？
我会一句一句地回顾周老先生刚才说的话，对有问题的句子提出质疑，然后将有疑问的证言与收集到的证物进行比对。如果找到了与证言描述有矛盾的证物，我会出示给您看。
那就即刻开始吧。
今日乃是放榜之日，我一早便去那榜墙附近等候。为活动筋骨，四处走动，俄尔便见到一人走出罗家。此人獐头鼠目，正是那跑腿的杨二。他行色匆匆，竟忘了锁门。吾好奇望去，却瞥见一人沉尸屋内，其状相当可怖。吾心中害怕，不敢再看，亦不敢多言，直到大人们问起。
Carefully recall the scene. The condition of the corpse contradicts the testimony.
此后，吾仍在附近，直到放榜，再未见任何人出入。
老先生，您说在嫌犯离开罗家时，看到有人沉尸屋内，但是尸体是在衣柜内被发现的。当时那个衣柜还上了锁。
Yep.
您怎么可能看到屋内有尸体呢？
会不会周老先生看到的是凶手刚做完案时屋内的情况？
不会。
No,
因为吕先生是在夜半子时前后遇害的，而周老先生天亮后才到罗家附近。
沈先生，你说的这个死亡时间准确吗？
这是我根据尸体表征初步分析得出的。
本衙门的仵作乌大娘正在验尸，目前尚未给出结论。你光看了眼尸体就敢说时间？
死亡时间的问题，确实有赖仵作做进一步判断。但这并不影响我的推论。据周老先生所说，他是见到有人从罗家出来没锁门，才好奇张望的。同时，他也说过，在嫌犯离开后，再没有人出入过罗家。若真是如此，地上的尸体是怎么被反锁进衣柜的呢？
Get fucked, 跳亲。
老爷爷，看到尸体的事儿是您杜撰的吧？
虽未曾见，但想来是如此。
这可是人命关天的大事儿，您怎么能想当然呢？
唉
，music fucking good。
但无论如何，周老爷子都看到了杨二鬼鬼祟祟的从罗世文家出来。
I wouldn't say sneaking。
是也不是？
尸体之事，无妄断矣。然，吾所见之人是杨二不假。
周老先生，你如何能确定从罗家出来的人就是杨二？
此人打扮怪异，吾与其擦肩而过，留有深刻印象。
His attire。
如何怪异？
头缠白巾，手持棍棒，身负香笼，獐头鼠目，不像好人。
你还见到其他人出入罗家了吗？
应该是没有了。
应该？
吾记不清了，恐言多有失。望大人们容老朽再想一想。
那先一旁想着去吧。
大人，眼下还不能排除那杨二的嫌疑。说不定他进过2次现场，一次杀人，一次藏尸体。
沈先生，你怎么看？
不妨先询问杨二看看。
行，那就审一审杨二。
All right, we're questioning young heir.
小子，问你话了。
大人们只管问，小的肯定有什么说什么。
今天早上，罗世文家中的包子是你送的吗？
The steamed buns, I was thinking that as well.
是小人送的。十里八乡谁不知道小人最为古道热肠，助人为乐，侠肝义胆。
别扯没用的。周老头指控你杀人藏尸，你有何话说？
冤枉啊，大人！小人平日里规规矩矩的，别说是大活人了，就算是畜生也没杀过呀。
周老先生看到你从罗世文家出来，你又作何解释？
他肯定是看错了。
杨二，早上你到底做过什么？如实招来。
是。从罗佩家出来后，小的就赶紧回店铺，可还是被高老板数落了，毕竟早上的单子都没送。那小人肯定得赶紧快马加鞭、马不停蹄的补送。等送到罗世文那单的时候，已经赶上进度了。
早上你已目睹罗世文被捕，为何还去他家送包子？
既然客人下过单，不管他吃不吃，小人也得送，不是吗？
Okay, that's a fair
明白。
defense.
请继续说。
小人在罗世文家门口敲了半天的门，但一直没人应。我本想把食盒放在门口的，谁知道门没锁，轻轻一推就开了。
So you just
小人担
walked
心
in?
包子被狗偷食了，回头被高老板看见再遭数落，
Okay,
就
again,
进了
that's a
屋。
fair.
进屋后，小人把食盒放在门边矮桌上，就赶去送下一家了。
Okay, that testimony
当时
stands.
在屋内有人吗？
什么人都没有。
那你刚进屋的时候，可曾注意到什么异常？
异常？好像也没什么异常啊。
奇怪，那件事他不应该注意不到。
杨二，你进屋后除了放食盒，还干了什么？
小人放下食盒后就空手回去了，还有单子要跑，可耽误不起。可能我出来时正好被周老爷子看见了吧，就产生了误会而已。
沈先生，这次你怎么看？
杨二所说的6句证言中，有一处说法与周老先生的证言存在矛盾。
Oh, shit.
小人在罗世文家门口敲了半天的门，但一直没人应。
No, there's nothing. I mean,
我本想把食盒放在门口的，谁知道门没锁，轻轻一推就。小人担心包子被狗偷食了，回头被高老板看见再遭数落。屋内空无一人，小人也没发现什么异常。小人把食盒放在了门边的矮桌上，就赶紧空手回去了。可能我出来时正好被周老爷子看见了吧，就产生了误会。
is it this?
杨二，你还不清楚自己的处境吗？为什么要撒谎？
小的没。
周老先生看到你从罗家出来时，手中拿着一根棍棒，那是什么？
没有的事儿。
罗世文家的墙上原本挂着一幅画，现在却不见了。是被你拿走的吧？
进罗家后， 你确认屋内无人，便起了偷盗之心。墙上的挂画，屋内稍有价值的瓷器都被你拿走了。你
I
有
feel
盗
like I
窃
could
前
solve
科，
so many crimes with this music.
此类顺手牵羊的事，想必不是第一次做。而周老先生看到的棍棒，其实是一轴卷起来的画。
这，
我就说嘛，这小子贼心不改，竟敢在公堂上一而再、再而三的撒谎。人是你杀的吧？
大人
No,
饶
I
命
don't think he killed her.
大人饶命啊！
think he's
小人
just
一时贪财，
stealing.
被猪油蒙了心，但小人真的没有杀人呐。那幅画也不是小人取下来的，小人进去时已经守在桌子上了。
大胆刁民！若再不说实话，杖刑伺候。
小人知错了，真的知错了。刚才小人除了偷盗一事没说之外，真的句句属实啊。小人这就将东西归还，马上归还，立刻归还。
麻布头，等下你带人随杨二去看看，他从屋里都拿走了什么东西。
是。
沈先生，若杨二真的只是偷窃，那这个案子该从何查起？
恐怕还得回到周老先生的证言。
此话怎讲啊？
我和阿福调查现场时发现，有人清理了现场的脚印，可能是杨二，也可能在他之后还有其他人出入过。周老先生一整个上午都待在罗家附近，是目前唯一的目击者。
周老先生，你回想的如何了？
各位大人，老朽站久了，头昏眼花，
Mr.
不知
Chow.
能否再容些时间？
也罢，咱们歇息一会儿，再继续审理。
All right, but that's gonna be where I stop for today. So there are 6 chapters. Neat. All right. Oh, there are multiple endings? Oh, yeah. You get it wrong, I guess. Okay. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. This is fun. This is really fun. It's neat. I like it a lot. But I'm gonna stop there for tonight. I will be back. I don't think I'm going to do a stream tomorrow, but I think I will be back Saturday. Now I see Soul is live, but yeah, they just went live. What's going on here? Who's playing?
I love it.
I think it's just Dan and Ryan. And they're playing Peak. How many viewers do I have? I have 1. Never mind, I'm not gonna raid. Then I feel bad. I feel weird. Y'all, thanks for hanging. Iconics, thanks for hanging and chatting a little bit. I will be back sometime with more murders on the Yangtze River. Goodbye.